Hi, it's John again with just another quick update on yield nodes. So a lot of people have been questioning the validity of this scheme and causing it a Ponzi scheme and all sorts of other bits and pieces. So I thought I'd try and clear things up a bit for those who aren't quite understanding what yield nodes is. So basically, if you put money into a masternode, you can get returns on the work it performs on the blockchain. Now, anyone can actually make their own masternode. You can have a look here at ihostmn.com. And you can see all the lists of masternodes that you can create. So there's a huge list here which goes on and on and on. As you can see, there's loads of different types of masternodes available. And basically, the ones that yield nodes invests in are, I think it's about 14 or 15 in this list here. So one of the things that Tactical Investing went over was some of the masternodable crypto projects that are in this list, which are obviously not bringing in huge amounts of money. Now, I love Tactical Investing, watch all his videos, but you did miss out a few important ones from this list. So yeah, looking down at some of these like Esker and Monk, they don't bring in a huge amount if you were to masternode them. But when you look at ones like Sapphire, which is actually now owned and run by yield nodes, I believe Sapphire was a failing coin which they took over and decided to put money into it to keep it up and running, having a good community, so I've heard. And if we have a look at the Sapphire trading over the last, have a look, 24 hours, we've got just under $800,000 in the last 24 hours, which is quite a bit really. So I know that they put most of their funds into the Sapphire coin itself because it's in their best interest to do so. And obviously when you're investing in yield nodes, you're also investing in Sapphire, which helps keep coin afloat. So like I say, if you had enough money, you could come up here, you could type Sapphire, and you can see here, you can start your own Sapphire masternode. You would get 119 euros per day, which is 834 per week, 3,626 per month, and 43,520 per year. So all you need to do is deposit 200,000 Sapphire coins, and you can create yourself a masternode. Now it's the same with any of the other coins on here. So like Tactical Investing looked at the other day, let's have a look at, let's look at Esker and see what that requires. So Esker requires just 100,000 coins, and with that you would get 19 euros a day, 138 per week, 603 per month, 7,246 per year. So not anywhere near as much as the Sapphire coin. So what I've done is actually go through all of the masternodable crypto that yield nodes use, and I've put it into this little spreadsheet here so we can actually try and work out exactly what if I worked there, would be investing in, and what I probably wouldn't be investing in if it was me. So what we've got here down the side is the list of coins that are masternodable on the yield node site, the ones that they can use. It doesn't mean they do use them or use them all the time. I've also put in the daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly profits from each node. This is all in euros here, but we'll go across here where we've got it converted. So I've put the coins required to create your own masternode, the coin value or the current coin value, and then how much it costs to set up a node. So we've got dollars, pounds, and euros here, and then how long it would take to get your return on investment. So I've highlighted in green the ones that are doing pretty well or look quite profitable to me personally. And I've also highlighted in orange the ones that Tactical Investor went through and looked at with some quite poor results, obviously. So we'll start with the orange ones first, and yeah, Esker, in the grand scheme of things, 8,000 euros a year, not a huge amount really. Not the longest return on investment though, so it's not the end of the world if you were going to create an Esker node. Monk, again, even less, so just 3,000 euros per year. So these sort of ones here are just not worth investing in at all, if you ask me. 234, I mean, who would ever invest in a masternode that promised a 234 euro return every year? I don't think anyone would. Same with the crypto flow here. You wouldn't put money into this unless for some reason the value of crypto flow was to skyrocket and increase a lot. Now these ones here aren't even tracked on the market, so these are untrackable ones, the ones that are blank, so I haven't been able to get the details of the cost and return on investment. But we can see just from the stats which are all available here. So if we have a look at One World, we can see here all the stats are available here. We can see how much you would expect to get if you were to buy one of these nodes. So this is all current and up to date at the moment. And we can see basically that the ones I would invest in, if it was me personally, are obviously Sapphire with a 42,661 euro return every year. Heliodor, over 10,500. Dash Diamond, over 15,000. Peony, over 63,000. Crypto Saga, over 25,000. And I think I'd probably stop with those ones there. So again, looking at the return on investment here, 93 days, I've highlighted this one because that's a very short one. If you set up a node, a Crypto Saga node, and everything is stayed the same as it was currently, you'd spend just under £5,000, just over $6,400, and just over 5,600 euros. And within 93 days, you'd get your money back, and then you would start earning 69 euros a day, 483 a week, 2,100 a month. So again, there's nothing stopping anyone who's watching this going onto this site, typing in Crypto Saga, clicking on here, deploying your own node. All you have to do is deploy it. There's instructions on the site on how to do it. You need 20,000 Saga to do so, and then you will be earning these rewards. Now, obviously, depending on how the coin does, things can go up and down, as with all crypto. But that's the theory behind what Yield Nodes is doing for you. So I guess in a sense, you're basically paying for their expertise in having not only a massive pot of money to actually deploy these nodes. I mean, when you look at the cost of a Sapphire node, for example, you know, $90,000, £65,000, it's a huge amount of money to invest for a single person. So if you can put in your 500 euros and put it in towards setting up one of these nodes, then obviously they're going to be making per node 116 daily, and they will pay back, as we've seen in the past, an average of 10% back to the people who invest in the system, and they obviously keep the rest of the profits, which for me, I'm quite happy with. I don't really fancy forking out 65k just to set up a Sapphire node. As much as it would be nice to be able to afford to do that, I just simply don't have that sort of money. But of course, you can look at some of the other nodes, some of the cheaper nodes, and just work out whether you would want to put your money in and risk setting up your own node and monitoring it and checking on the status of coins all the time, or whether you'd prefer someone else to do it, which is Yield Nodes, and let them deal with where the money's going, where it's being masternoded, and let them move it around as they see fit. So the other thing that was commented on was Stefan's previous title as CEO of FAP Turbo, which is basically a Forex trading robot. Now, you can look at reviews, and obviously you're going to find plenty of negative reviews because most people are going to put negative reviews once they've lost their money. But if you look at any sort of auto Forex trading website, you'll see not only FAP Turbo, but loads of other Forex trading robots around, which you can read reviews on. And to be honest, if you're going to invest in a robot and you think you're going to make loads of money from it, then I guess you just really need to reevaluate what you're thinking. But people do seem to, buy these robots, and I'm sure some people make some money, and I'm sure some people lose a lot of money. That doesn't personally worry me, to be honest. Like I said, the only time you see reviews of things on the internet, no matter what it is, whether it's a Forex trading robot, whether it's your internet service provider, I mean, if I can go to, let's have a look. Let me go to Vodafone UK on Trustpilot. We can see here already 1.3 out of 5. Now this is 87% bad reviews. I've had absolutely no problems at all with my Vodafone ISP, but I haven't gone on here and put a 5-star review saying it's good. You're only ever going to get people leaving negative reviews when they've had a bad experience or they're having lots of problems. So I'm personally taking the Forex thing with a bit of pinch of salt. Like I say, it's not like it's hidden. He hasn't hidden this and someone's found out about it. It's just all in his list of experiences here. And I think the fact that he has kept it on there means that there's nothing really to hide on that at all. And again, if you're buying a Forex robot thinking that you're going to make loads of money, then you're obviously sadly mistaken. Now, the other thing that he has also been a partner in, something called Z-Code System. And again, this is a fully automatic sports picker, and I guess it's meant to be giving you the best picks on games. I'm sure we can find some negative reviews on this. I haven't bothered to look. I don't even know if it's still actually going, to be honest. Yeah, there's still stuff going on here. So it's still an active site. So I guess people are still using it. But again, any sort of automatic tool to make money is highly likely to not pay off most of the time. So as I said, going back to my spreadsheet, I would imagine, and I haven't seen their accounts, but I would imagine they are mostly investing in the ones I've highlighted green here, because to me it makes sense to make as much money as you can with the daily profit at least. We can have a look at some of the volumes as well of trading of some of these. So let's look at Sapphire, for example. So we can see Sapphire, like I said before, just over 783,000. Let's have a look at Dash Diamond, $87,000. We've got Peony as well, $101,000. So even if this is just yield nodes themselves, that's still hundreds of thousands of dollars per day that are being traded in these masternodes. And again, I can't say for sure that they have got masternodes or lots of masternodes in these ones, but for what I believe isn't a massive company, not a bad amount of volume to be traded. Now again, we don't know who else is trading this, and like I say, if you want, you can pop over here or pop over to another Masternode hosting site and set up your own Masternode. No one's stopping you. You just really need to have the capital to do so yourself. So that's my thoughts anyway on yield nodes, and I've seemed to have done okay with it so far. So yeah, I've had my profit over the last 3 months. Not a huge amount, but it's still profit that I wouldn't have had otherwise. I don't think locking your money up for 6 months is actually that much of a problem really. When you think about the fact that if you create one of these masternodes, you're going to be spending $90,000. If someone suddenly decides they want to take out their money the next day, you've then got to find an extra, let's say 500 euros to add back in to keep the masternode running. So I imagine there's a lot of toing and froing of people withdrawing and depositing, and hence why you probably have to wait 7 days as well when you first make a deposit for them to actually get the funds ready to be masternoded. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. I'll leave a copy of the spreadsheet in the description if you want to have a look yourself. Now, some of these coins I couldn't get to auto update from various places, so I have had to manually put in some prices here. So this one here, for example. So you may have to update some of them yourself. You'll just have to double check the field, and if you replace like this, then you know it's actually picking up from CoinMarketCap or somewhere else. So I can show you here quickly the ones that are manually input for the time being. I don't know what happened to that cell there, but yeah, some of these I've had to manually type in as they just weren't either available or they're just not being picked up for some reason. But anyway, those are being hidden, and you can just use it as a rough guide basically to see exactly what you could potentially get from a masternode, and also where your money is probably going when you do invest in yield nodes, and also what sort of profits they themselves are probably seeing from your investment, which is obviously going to be a lot more than what you receive here in your weekly profit or your monthly profit overall. Like I say, you're basically paying for their service to create the masternode for you and then run it, monitor it, and make sure that everything's not setting on fire during the week and evenings. I imagine they've got 24/7 monitoring on these things. Again, as I've shown in many videos before, past performance, you can't make this up. This is past performance. I think they've been transparent with everything. I've never done an audit. If they invited me, I'd be happy to go. But I know you can't obviously disclose all the information that you see in the audits. But from some of the people I have seen reviewing yield nodes after doing an audit, I'd be quite happy still just having my money in here being masternoded for me on my behalf by yield nodes. Saves me the bother of having to fork out 50k, 60k on my own masternode. Let someone else do the hard work so that you don't have to. If you have any more questions or you've got any more dirt that you want to dish out on this system, then please do let me know, because I'm always interested in seeing what other people think about yield nodes. It's always good to keep an open mind on these things, so if you've got any other details you want to send to me, then please do, and I'm happy to make another video on it if it's required. But yeah, I've got no particular issues with yield nodes at all. Like I say, and like I've said many times in this video, it's not rocket science. You just need capital behind setting up your own masternode before you can actually get involved. One thing I did forget to mention actually is the Sapphire coin. So you can actually use the Sapphire coin. You can get paid out in yield nodes with the Sapphire coin, and you can actually come over to the Sapphire shop here, actually buy gift cards with your coins. So I don't know how many people would use something like this, but it could be useful to someone if they want to be able to, I don't know, get a 50 euro Uber card or add some more yield nodes balance. I mean, maybe we'll do a giveaway at some point of some yield nodes vouchers, and just to get people started with an account. That might be fun. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.